Hospitals have been seeing a shortage in medical supplies since the outbreak of COVID. That's not new. But now they're seeing a shortage in what's called contrast media. It's the dye that is used during imaging and MRIs for doctors to see their scans better. It's pretty important. Christina Burgess is on this story. Christina, this global shortage of contrast dye is even impacting us here locally.
Well, yeah, Tatum, over at Medical Center Hospital, they aren't seeing any new shipments of the much needed contrast media, which has resulted in them limiting the little supply they do have.
From masks to ventilators, hospitals are continuing to see shortages in medical supplies needed for their patients. And now, globally, they're seeing a shortage in contrast media. It's the dye used during MRIs and imaging the doctors request radiologists administer through an IV to see inside your body clearer on medical images. And here in the Basin, our medical centers are dealing with this now.
We noticed the shortage about maybe 2 weeks ago.
According to the director of pharmacy at MCH, Min Hong, the shortage is happening because the manufacturer where this contrast comes from in China is currently on shutdown because of the country's lockdown.
We had no success in getting more supply because it was cut off at the source. The contrast manufacturer plantations or facility gets shut down in China. And that is where all of the supply for the U.S. come from.
And with no contrast, physicians at the hospital are having to make decisions on either improvising or moving appointments altogether.
Can the patients, the milder cases, non-emergency, can we wait until next week? Can we wait until next month when the shortage is a little bit better?
The big way they're dealing with it, Hong says, is being mindful of their usage.
So we're working with physicians, nurses, everybody in the hospital who use contrast. That doesn't compromise, and without contrast, it doesn't compromise quality of care. So we want to see if we can use something else instead of contrast.
Hong tells me they're expecting to see shipments in contrast coming in by the end of June. Tatum.